Hello and welcome back. This is the Holistic Frugivore podcast, and I'm doing both right now. I'm recording for the podcast on Anchor, and I'm live streaming on YouTube. My first time doing it this way, so please bear with me. But I'm going to try to talk without interruptions. Please feel free to chat if you'd like. And thumbs up, follow my channel if you don't already, subscribe, and share with everyone that this resonates with. Okay, so today we were talking about the throat chakra. On my podcast so far, we've done all of the chakras up till now. So we've done the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, and the heart. And we also have more nutritional and other podcasts prior to that. If you haven't seen my podcast yet, please head over there, the Holistic Frugivore, and there'll be links underneath this YouTube video as well to go check out the rest of what I have. And I want to now get us into the fifth chakra, which is the throat chakra. And this one, it has to do with your right to speak and hear the truth. And I find this to be a very important one, especially moving forward in the world right now, to be able to step into your voice, step into your power and your ability to speak your truth, regardless of who might criticize you, who might disagree with you, who might try to, tear you down in the process. Those individuals don't matter, and they do not resonate with your frequency and your vibration, and you need to continue to stand in your power and move forward. So that is where anchoring in our throat chakra is truly so, what's the word I'm thinking of here? Transformative is probably a good word, because I don't know if you remember previously where I talked about the bottom three chakras being very physical, grounding for your soul into your physical body, very physical chakras. And these top three, the throat, the third eye, and the crown, are more etheric. They're more bringing us more into our aura, our astral and etheric self. So the throat is the first, moving up the chakras, the throat is the first one that's leading you in to that etheric part of yourself that you may not even know yet. So the first big, obstacle we come upon is, the traumas we've felt in our lives of being diminished, our self-worth diminished, our told not to talk back, listen to authority, very suppressed in our own individual power, always told to just follow the rules, listen to the leaders above you, and not question authority or question what's going on. So at this time, if you have followed me at all, you know that I am very adamant about standing in your own sovereignty. Not looking outward for what to do or what to believe or who to follow, but looking within and finding that intuitive connection and that strength within yourself to speak what resonates with you and what you know within your inner knowing. And being able to balance and open this throat chakra will connect you in a very powerful way to that higher consciousness and inner voice, to be able to speak and connect with a higher vibrational message. So when this chakra is balanced, first let's say it correlates to the color blue, and the element is sound, of course. And when it's balanced, it's not only just speaking your voice that is important here, but it also resonates with being a good listener. So not only speaking your truth, often if we have overactive throat chakra, you can speak too much and end up just yelling and talking over other people and never actually being silent and being able to listen. So being able to listen, and I think we have the issue very largely in society, is always wanting to speak louder than others, but never actually listening well. So we have issues of both. People not being able to speak up and speak their truth and speak their authenticity, and also the other spectrum of, or even having both, not being able to listen to the other side, having that compassion and understanding for other perspectives. There's not just two perspectives, all perspectives, and understanding that as well. Clear communication and creativity. It relates to the sacral chakra as well, that creative center. So being able to speak up, standing in your power and your sovereignty, and kind of beginning that connection to the etheric body opens up your creative mind as well. It gets very much into kind of, I think it's the left brain side, where it brings you into less of the logically analytical side, more into the intuitive and truth-speaking and creativity side. So traumas and abuses that tend to suppress and throw this throat chakra off balance are lies and mixed messages. Exhibit A, our government situation. The lies run rampant. You can't even, when you continue to hear messages that contradict each other, or are so extreme, it often makes you question. It will then make you question the validity of these places. And I go for government, politicians, mainstream media, all of it. Always, this is very much a practice in bringing in your intuitive knowing. So again, as I always talk about, going within, stepping back from looking outward and going within. Once you can connect to that higher conscious message or connection, you're going to be able to really challenge more truths of the universe without it having to be given to you or taught to you by the indoctrination of school systems or your leaders. Also, verbal abuse, constant yelling, excessive criticism, secrets, authoritarian parents. This starts in childhood, 100%, of how you're raised and how you come to understand yourself and the world around you. Alcoholic, chemical dependent families. Don't talk, don't trust, don't feel. And I personally have dealt with the truth suppression, I guess you say. Hide things, don't talk about the tough stuff, don't talk about the real stuff. That suppression of truth. Hide and try to have that perfect outward appearance of yourself and your family and the things, and not being authentic. So throat chakra is very much about your authenticity, your inner higher self connection. Physical manifestations also, as I've said, it usually correlates within that area of where we know that energy center to be within. So disorders of the throat, ears, voice, neck. Myself, I've always had sinusitis issues, sore throats, and other stuff. My mom deals with now GERD and other acid refluxy stuff, and like throat, esophageal breakdown or whatever, a step toward esophageal cancers. This is stuff that's not just random. It's very related to the energies within those areas. Once we acknowledge our energetic connection to our body, it's not just a physical body. That's only one aspect of it. We really need to connect to the understanding that the energy, the energetic self, the frequency of our bodies is just as important, if not more important, than this physical body we're in. Tightness of the jaw. And that goes for, I can't remember what's it called? TMJ, all that kind of stuff. It's very much throat related, throat chakra. And toxicity. And that relates to the name of the throat chakra as well. Visuddha, that means purification. I hope I pronounce it. Visuddha. Visuddha. I should know that better, being a yoga teacher. So, where did I want to speak first? I wanted to come back to the etheric body. So, where did I want to talk here? Now, communication, we kind of understand what that is. Being able to perfect or better your communication with others, with yourself as well, your voice. So I like this line, the voice is a living expression of one's basic vibration. Okay, so think about that. Remember, everything is energy, everything is vibration. I can't remember if it's Tesla or Albert Einstein who had a quote about that. But it's something like, to understand the secrets of the universe, think of it in terms of energy, vibration, and frequency. There's definitely something to that. To fully live our truth as individual beings is to live life as a creative act. Everything about our life is creativity. Being able to express yourself in every way possible. Being able to parent and do the things that you love in life and express your true self without, and that's why we're often suppressed in this area. Wearing masks is very much about the throat chakra being suppressed as well. It's very much a breath thing and silencing the voice, and it suppresses your soul, in an energetic level. It's not just a physical thing that can harm us. It's very much a suppression of the soul and your creative expression. And there's so much I could say about that, but not enough time on this podcast or this video. Fear, guilt, and shame. 3 very important factors of the blockage and suppression and off balance of the throat chakra. Living in fear, having secrets, feeling guilt and shame about yourself and your self-worth and your authentic self and your authenticity and what you want to speak. Being able to speak freely. Be sovereign. Be free. Once you have to face fears head on and not be scared of expressing yourself the way you feel drawn to. Step into that. Don't be scared of failing or making a mistake or being wrong. So what? Speak up. Speak your truth. Be creativity. Express it. And the authoritarian that speaks for itself. The idea of don't talk back, telling your kids not to talk back, telling them to just listen because you said so, not allowing them to really question things that you tell them is just going to further this generational trauma of us not being able to express ourselves freely. Our children are very creative little beings. They're so open in the etheric. They're very etherically open and expansive. And the way we raise them and the way society treats them just suppresses their energy and their aura and suppresses them into this fear-based society of listen to the leaders, listen to your boss, listen to your teacher, listen to the president or whatever, listen to your parents, and just follow the leader of going into work your job till you die. That's it. It's a sad reality we've all been conditioned into, and it's time to step out of. What other big points did I want to mention? This is an important. It is not the traumas we suffer in childhood that make us emotionally ill, but the inability to express the trauma. Guys, that's so crucial to understand. We are having a human experience. I mean, I've said it once and I'll say it again. We are spiritual beings having a human experience in a human body on this planet with other spiritual beings in human bodies having an experience. So it's all about our experience. It's not all happy all the time. We have darknesses, we have struggles, we have challenges, we have breakdowns and traumas. Not that any of that's acceptable, but it's part of our process of learning and being able to not only adapt to our situations and our environment, but being able to heal, express ourselves from those traumas, and being able to heal through them, which allow us on a very energetic and emotional level to shift higher. It's all about raising the vibration in your frequency. So when a parent, and I can't remember if I just, it is not the traumas we suffer in childhood that make us emotionally ill, but the inability to express the trauma. So if you experience a trauma, and I hear this story all the time, the show Intervention, I love it. I've always been obsessed with it, and now I understand why. Because I can so quickly identify why a person is an addict. And I've always loved psychology, but I've never liked the mainstream version of psychology of just diagnosing and handing a medication and trying to make them. And I knew it was so much deeper than that. And that show is a very wonderful demonstration of it. And they are definitely better once you are dealing with an addiction. Oftentimes they know when you go to these healing centers and these addiction recovery places, it's to heal your traumas. That's what makes you an addict. Hands down. It doesn't happen just for no reason. You have dealt with some shit and you haven't been able to either talk about it, you haven't been able to share it, you haven't been able to deal with your darkness, look at it, feel it, and express it in order to heal through it. And you don't necessarily have to have someone else to guide you to do that for you. But if you don't hold that ability in yourself from a society that's made you unable to do that on your own, then that guidance is definitely going to help you dive into that more. But we have the ability to be able to step back and objectively observe our situations and walk through the darkness for ourselves. That's where your sovereignty and your true empowerment and liberation comes. When you're able to do that, face that darkness, and being able to walk through to the other side and find the light at the end. So, if you were an addict, don't let that become you. It's an experience that you've had that you're going to work through and heal through. And you might still have difficulties from what you've experienced, but the true empowerment comes with coming through and acknowledging all of those experiences and being able to express them to anyone, even if that's a therapist or whatever you need to do to express that trauma. So I'm going to I didn't expect to go down that road with this episode, but I'm glad that I did, because I think that's very important. And we're at the point of this episode that I think we're going to go into the meditation. And I'm not going to be able to do the music this time because I have my phone with the flashlight, because I wasn't able to do my ring light since I'm on my computer too. All the stuff today. I might be able to add music later. I think I can. And maybe I'll be able to add a little music to this. See if I can bring it up on my... I don't think I can. No, I'm not even going to try to mess with it. If I can bring in music either on here or on my Anchor, I will, or on my podcast. But we're going to do a mantra this week, because a big part of the healing, and let's list the healing for this chakra as well. Loosening the neck and shoulders. So the trapezius muscle, all on the back here, up the neck. When that is all tight and stressed, it often has to do with a lot of the baggage that we're holding. When all that is tight and stressed, that kind of blocks up this energy chakra as well. So allowing to loosen your neck, roll your neck, do yoga, anything you need to release all of that. Singing, chanting, toning, dancing is also a good one. Storytelling, journal writing is a big one for this one. And I mean, throat chakra is any creative expression to express yourself. That can be painting, dancing, hiking, yoga, meditation. I mean, journaling, whatever it is to express yourself. I like sewing. All of that is an expression of yourself. It doesn't have to be speaking. It doesn't have to be a voice. But using the voice within that is helpful for healing. I often sew with music on, so I end up singing as well. Practicing silence is what's good if you have an excess, where if you tend to speak too much, overly ego-centered, not listening to other people. So that's where the practicing of the silence can be helpful. Psychotherapy, inner child work, letter writing. Okay, so now let's get into the meditation, and we're going to do a mantra, the Bija mantra hum. So I'm going to start you in the meditation here, and then I'll talk us through the mantra if you choose to do the mantra. So let's close the eyes, find a comfortable place, nice and quiet, where you can give yourself just 5 minutes here. Start with some nice deep breathing, in and out the nose. Let's start with some nice belly breath. So let's start with an inhale in the nose, real deep inhale. Feel the belly expand. Hold at the top. And then exhale out your mouth. Let's do 2 more of those at your own pace. Just come back to your natural breath now, unaltered. Just allow yourself to breathe naturally. And bring your focus into your throat. Imagine a beautiful blue light shining through your throat from front to back. Remember, I spoke about it kind of spinning. It spins like a wheel. So this beautiful blue shining light spinning through your short throat. Breathe into that color, into that energy center with every breath. Focus it coming into and expanding that throat chakra. bring in the mantra. So I'll do the first one. If you want to follow after that, you can. So we'll breathe in. Keep going, doing more of those mantras if you'd like. The vibration that comes with that begins to balance that throat chakra, and it helps to increase your vibrational frequency. Very healing, sound healing, vibrational healing, all very powerful ways of balancing the energy centers. Start to close up here. If you want to stay in this meditation and work a little further into your mantras, into focusing in on your blue light center and the throat, please do that. This resonates with you. And if you enjoyed this, please share this video with anyone you'd like. Go back to my podcast and listen back to any other episodes you may have missed. So we're going to end now with our affirmations, and then I'll close out with a namaste and we'll be done for the evening. So keep your eyes closed, breathing deep, and in your mind or out loud, please repeat these affirmations. I hear and speak the truth. I express myself with clear intent. Creativity flows in and through me. My voice is necessary. Breathe those intentions. Breathe those affirmations. Breathe it deep into your body. Deep into your throat chakra. Thank you for joining tonight. Namaste.